Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station. And we are going to bring you a special tournament, best franchise teams of the 70s, a one and done tournament consisting of 16 teams, 8 American League teams, and 8 National League teams. The listings, the seedings, and the matchups are listed below on the page, so check them out. But this is Game 1 for the American League, and it pits the number 1 seed 1970 Baltimore Orioles versus the number 8 seed, the 1977 Texas Rangers. The 1977 Rangers went 94 wins and 68 losses. The 1970 Baltimore Orioles went 108 wins and 54 losses. Hello, Brooke Blackman 94 in the chat. Hope all is well. So, the game will be played in Baltimore as they are the number 1 overall seed. As long as they win, they will have home field advantage. Go to the lineups here. Leading off for Texas, playing shortstop Bert Campaneris. Batting second, playing first base, Mike Hargrove. Batting third, the designated hitter Willie Horton. Batting fourth, the right fielder Kurt Pavakwa. Batting fifth, the third baseman Toby Hara. Batting sixth, the catcher Ellis. Batting seventh, the left fielder Washington. Batting eighth, the center fielder Juan Beniquez. Batting ninth, playing second base, Bump Wills. The pitcher for the Rangers, they're putting their faith in Bert Blyleven. He's good for 140 pitches. Now for the Baltimore Orioles lineup. Batting first, the switch hitter playing left field, Don Buford. Batting second, the second baseman, Davey Johnson, right-handed batter. Batting third, right fielder, Frank Robinson. Batting fourth, first baseman, Boog Powell. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Terry Crowley. He's a left-handed batter. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Paul Blair. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Brooks Robinson. Batting eighth and doing the catching, Ellie Hendricks. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, Pittsfield, Massachusetts native Mark Belanger. Doing the pitching, Mike Cuellar. He's good for 140 pitches. So this is the 1 seed Baltimore Orioles versus the 8th seed Texas Rangers. And here we go, leading off for the Rangers, Bert Campaneris. And again, Mike Cuellar is on the mound. And in 1970, Cuellar, 24 wins, 8 losses, struck out 190, walked 69, ERA of 3.48, batting average against 242. His battery mate, the catcher, Ellie Hendricks. At third base, the excellent Brooks Robinson. At shortstop, the smooth fielding Mark Belanger. At second base, another excellent fielder, Davey Johnson. And at first base, the above-average Boog Powell. In left field, Don Buford, very good arm, not much range. Paul Blair, just an excellent outfielder in center field. Frank Robinson, the Hall of Famer in right field, above average range, a cannon for an arm. The computer will be managing the higher seeds in this tournament, so in today's game they are managing the Baltimore Orioles. I will be managing the lower seed unless it comes to the Boston Red Sox, and I will always manage the Boston Red Sox. Alright, so Campaneris steps to the plate. In 1977, Campaneris hit .254, 5 home runs, and 46 RBIs. Remember, this is a one-and-done tournament. You win, you move on. You lose, you go home. So Campaneris is up there. And I think we're going to attempt to try to bunt with a hit. Campaneris a 9 out of 10 for bunting. Here's the pitch by Cuellar. Campaneris puts down a very good bunt. And he is out. So Hendricks quickly gets the ball and throws to Davy Johnson, covering first base. Now stepping to the plate for the Rangers, Mike Hargrove. Their first baseman in 1977. Hargrove was batting .305. 18 home runs and 69 RBIs. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Hargrove did hit left-handed pitching at a .307 clip. The windup and the pitch by Cuellar. And Hargrove grounds at the Johnson, and he boots the ball. So Mike Hargrove is at first on the Davy Johnson error. Now up, Willie Horton. He's the Ranger designated hitter. In 1977, Horton hit .289, 15 home runs and 75 RBIs. He batted .353 off left-handed pitching. He'd love to take Cuellar deep here and give the Rangers a 2-0 lead. Hendricks goes through the signs. Here's the pitch to Cuellar. 1 out, 1 on. And he strikes out Horton. So 2 outs. Hargrove still at first, being held on by Powell. And Kurt Bavacqua steps to the plate. Bavacqua was playing right field today. In 1977, Bavacqua hit .333, 5 home runs and 28 RBIs. He's inserted in the cleanup spot due to his power against left-handed pitching and his .298 batting average. The windup and the pitch by Cuellar. And Bavacqua sends that ball deep, and Robinson makes the catch right at the wall to end the inning. So Bavacqua gave it a ride, but to no avail. We go to the bottom of the first. Due up for the Orioles. Buford, Johnson, and Robinson. We have Broke Black Man 94 in the chat. Remember to check out his channel. That's Broke Black Man 94, wonderful movie and TV reviews. He asks, have you seen the Transformers new movie? No, I have not. Have you? A.K.A. David the Saint. Alright, back to the bottom of the first here. Don Buford to lead off. Buford in 1970 for the Orioles batted .272, 17 home runs and 66 RBIs. He'll be opposed by, on the mound, Bert Blyleven. Blyleven in 1977 for the Rangers had an earned run average of .272, 14 wins, 12 losses. Struck out 182, walked 69, batting average against .215. His battery mate, John Ellis, very poor defensive catcher. He's in there for his bat. At third base, Toby Harrer, below average. Bert Campaneris, solid, excellent fielding shortstop. Bump Wills, another solid defender, 7 out of 10. At second, and Mike Hargrove, 7 out of 10 defensively. In left field, Claudell Washington, above average with an average arm. Center field, former Red Sox Juan Beniquez, excellent range, very good arm. And Kurt Bavacqua in right field, poor range and a poor arm. So Buford comes to the plate. The windup and the pitch by Blyleven. And he walks Buford. So Buford's on, being held on by Hargrove. Buford's a 6 out of 10 for speed. 63% chance of stealing second base, and Ellis has a very poor arm. Might have been a mistake starting him. So Davy Johnson comes to the plate. Johnson in 1970 for the Orioles batted .281, 10 home runs and 53 RBI. Blyleven throws over. and they get back. It seems to me, let's check this out here, that I think I'm going to have to fix. First base seems to be off. Alright, let's go into options here. Bear with me a moment. Ballpark layout. Okay. Oh yeah. This is not configured. Why is that? Why is this not configured? Well, we're just gonna go with it. We might have some funny things going on for the video broadcast of this. This field should be configured. Let's try options again. Ballpark info? Nope. Alright, so now we've got it configured. Oh my god, they're all over the place. Alright, so this goes here. Okay, this goes here. I'm just reconfiguring the field here. Third base, here. Shortstop, here. Second base, here. Bear with me a moment, I apologize. Makes for a thrilling video, doesn't it? Okay, pitcher goes on the mound. Left-hand batter here. Okay, and okay. We're just adjusting proper getting the field properly adjusted. I apologize for this, as I've noticed as we started the game, things were not moving where they were supposed to move. That. So there's a little delay here. We're almost there, folks. And I think we're good. Alrighty. So back to the ball game. No outs. Buford at first base, being held on by Hargrove. Davy Johnson on the mound. Hello, Christopher Anderson. And it is thrilling. Now it's going to move correctly. So Davy Johnson's at the plate. Buford being held on. 50% chance of stealing second. The windup and the pitch by Blyleven. Butte, a dribbler down to Campaneris, who throws to Hargrove, and it's still not on target. Anyway, he's out. The sacrifice bunt worked. Well, we're just going to play it the way it looks right now. Alright, 1 out. Frank Robinson comes to the plate. Orioles right fielder, batted .306 in 1970. 25 home runs, 78 RBIs. Buford on at second. Robinson, a very dangerous hitter. Ellis goes through the signs, the windup and the pitch by Burt Blyleven. Oh, and Buford steals third. So he's 90 feet away from giving the Orioles a 1-0 lead. Hello, Beatles Eternally jumps in the chat. Oh, this is annoying me that this isn't set up properly. Alright, well, just struggle through it. 1 out. Buford at third. Robinson at the plate. No balls. 1 strike. The windup and the pitch by Blyleven. Going with a pitch around. See if we get him to chase. He pops it up. And Hara makes a great catch in foul territory near the third base stand. So 2 outs. Buford still at third. It'll be up to the cleanup hitter, Boog Powell. Left-handed power hitter, first baseman for the 1970 Orioles, batted .297, 35 home runs, and 114 RBIs. On deck is the designated hitter, Terry Crowley. No, we're going to pitch to him. We're going to go with the pitch around. Powell has a pretty good eye, though. Let's see if we can get Powell to reach. 2 outs. Buford on at third. Here's the windup and the pitch to Boog Powell. And he sends that ball out to Pavak, one right field, who makes the catch on the warning track. So Blyleven pitches out of the jam. We go to the top of the second. No score. Nice play by Kurt Pavak to track that ball down. 2 up for the Rangers. Toby Hara. Then the catcher, Ellis, and Claudell Washington. Toby Hara in 1977 for the Rangers, batted .263, 27 home runs, 87 RBIs. The windup and the pitch by Mike Cuellar. And Hara rips a single into left field. So a leadoff single. Top of the second for the Rangers. Toby Harris, 7 out of 10 base stealer. 39% chance of stealing second base. Boog Powell holding him on and brings up John Ellis, the catcher, who we inserted in the lineup because he hits .271 off left-handed pitching. I rolled the dice because he's pretty much a poor defensive catcher. And if we have any type of lead, we'll go to Jim Sundberg to replace him. In 1977, Ellis in total batted .235, 4 home runs, and 15 RBIs. Zero for 10 bunting, so we can't move Toby Hara over that way. You know what? We're going to play a little hit and run here. Cuellar throws a lot of strikes. Hendricks goes through the signs. Here's the pitch to Ellis. Actually, we're going to just swing away. And he strikes out. Glad I didn't play hit and run. And second thoughts about that. So 1 out. Hara at first. Claudell Washington comes to the plate. Ranger left fielder batted .284 in 1977, 12 home runs and 68 RBIs. So lefty-lefty matchup here. Now I think we're going to play a little hit and run now. The windup and the pitch to Washington. And Hera is safe on the failed hit and run. He steals second on Hendricks, so he's in scoring position. The count on Washington now goes to 2 balls, 1 strike. Washington has a duck out on the pond. The windup and the pitch by Cuellar. And Washington walks. Cuellar struggling a little bit here. That stolen base has him a little rattled. First and second, 1 out. Former Red Sox Juan Benitez, the Rangers center fielder, comes to the plate. In 1977, Benitez batted .269. 10 home runs and 50 RBIs. He batted .237 off left-handed pitching, though. 8 out of 10 for a bunt, 6 out of 10 for a hit and run. On deck is Bump Wills. So 2 on, 1 out, the windup and the pitch to Benitez. And Benitez sends that ball deep to the right center field. Blair makes the catch. And we only have a 32% chance, because Blair has a very good arm. Toby Hera tagging up, we're going to say no. He'll hold at second. So it'll be up to Bump Wills, the number 9 hitter. The second baseman for the Rangers batted .287 in 1977. 9 home runs and 62 RBIs. He only batted .235 though off left-handed pitching. Hare at second, Washington at first. 2 outs, 2 on, the windup and the pitch to Wills. And Wills strikes out, so Cuellar gets out of the jam. And we go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. Due up for the Orioles, Crowley, Blair, and Brooks Robinson. Terry Crowley, the Orioles' designated hitter in 1970, batted .257, 5 home runs, and 20 RBIs. Blyleven gets the sign from Ellis. Here's the pitch to Crowley, and he walks him. Crowley works a walk. And the dangerous Paul Blair steps to the plate. The Orioles center fielder batted .267, 18 home runs and 65 RBIs. Crowley's being held on at first by Hargrove. 4 out of 10 for speed, 27% chance of stealing second base. Rangers are looking to turn 2. The windup and the pitch to Blair. That's grounded to Hargrove, who flips to Blyleven for out number 1. Crowley advances to second base. Now up, Oriole third baseman Brooks Robinson, the human vacuum cleaner. Robinson batted .276 for the 1970 Orioles, 18 home runs, 94 RBIs. Nice guy to have at your 7th spot, that's for sure. Robinson only batted .252 though off right-handed pitching. Let's see if we can get Robinson to reach here. We're going to go with a pitch around. The windup and the delivery by Blyleven. And that's grounded up the middle to Juan Benitez. Benitez, who has an 8 out of 10 arm against Crowley's 4 out of 10 speed, 36% chance of throwing him out at the plate. We're going to go for it. Here comes a throw by Benitez. And Crowley just gets in there. 1-0 lead for the Orioles. Good strong throw, but Crowley just gets in there with a slide. Beatles Eternally in the chat asks, I'm curious, Al, how do you decide which team you would manage in the tournament? I'm managing all the lower seeds, unless it's the Boston Red Sox, and I always manage the Boston Red Sox. So, the number 1 seed in this tournament, the 1970 Baltimore Orioles, they won 108 games. And the number 8 seed are the Texas Rangers. They won 94 games. Alright, 1-0 Orioles, 1 out. Robinson's at first. At the plate now, the Oriole catcher, Ellie Hendricks. He batted .242, 12 home runs, and 41 RBIs in 1970. Again, the Rangers want to get 2 for 1 here and get out of this inning, limiting the damage. The windup and the pitch to Hendricks. That ball sent out to Benitez in shallow right center. He makes the catch for out number 2. Robinson retreats back to first, and now Pittsfield, Massachusetts native Mark Belanger comes to the plate. Belanger hit a lowly .218 in 1970, 1 home run, 36 RBIs. Not really known for his bat. Excellent glove man. And he only batted .209 off right-handed pitching. So 2 outs, 1 on. Here's the pitch by Blyleven. And he strikes out Belanger to end the inning. We go to the top of the third. The Orioles strike first. They lead 1-0. 2 up for the Rangers, the top of the order. Campaneris, Hargrove, and Willie Horton. So, Bert Campaneris comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 in this tournament game. And they've moved their corners in because Campaneris is an excellent bunter, 9 out of 10. Let's see if Campy can slap the ball by him now. Cuellar sets and delivers. And Campaneris grounds to Belanger, who throws him out. So 1 up, 1 down. Mike Hargrove comes to the plate. Ranger first baseman, he's 0 for 1. Lefty-lefty matchup here. As I stated earlier, Hargrove did hit left-handed pitching quite well, 307 average in 1977. But he's facing the Mike Cuellar of 1970 for the Baltimore Orioles, so let's see who wins this battle again. Hendricks goes through the signs. Cuellar sets and delivers to Hargrove. And Hargrove sends that ball deep, but making the catch in right field, Frank Robinson. So 2 outs, no one on, and Willie Horton steps to the plate. Rangers designated hitter, he's 0 for 1. You know what he'll take? Here's the pitch by Cuellar. Strike 1. That slider was in there. So no balls, 1 strike. Horton to swing away. Cuellar sets and delivers. And Horton pops it up. Let's see if Hendrick can make the play. And he does. Inning over. So Horton pops out to the catcher. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Orioles. 2 up for Baltimore. The top of the order. Buford, Johnson, and Frank Robinson. Buford walked his first time up. Blyleven toes the rubber. The windup and the pitch. And Buford walks again! 2 times up, 2 walks. Once again, Buford a threat to steal. Mike Hargrove holding him on for the Rangers. Davey Johnson steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Blyleven throws over. Buford's back. Well, that worked better, that visual. Hopefully it straightened itself out now. Alright. We're going to go with the pitch out. The windup and the pitch by Blyleven. Buford's going, they throw down, and they nailed him this time. So the weak throwing Ellis, with the help of the pitch out, nails Buford at second base. Great job by the Rangers. So 1 out, no one on now. Davey Johnson, 1 ball, no strike count. Blyleven sets and delivers to Johnson. And that's grounded to Campaneris over to Hargrove for out number 2. And now the dangerous Frank Robinson comes to the plate. Robinson's 0 for 1. Definitely a home run threat. Again, they're going to see if they can get him to reach with the pitch around. The windup and the pitch by Blyleven. Robinson doesn't bite this time, so he walked. 2 outs. Robinson's at first, and the dangerous Boog Powell steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Ellis goes through the signs. Blyleven nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Powell. Powell sends that ball, and making a wonderful running catch in shallow left center is Juan Benitez. Inning over. Benitez got a quick jump on that. Great play by Juan. We go to the top of the fourth, still 1-0 Orioles. 2 up for the Rangers, Bavacqua, Hera, and Ellis. Kurt Bavacqua 0 for 1 today. He gave the ball a ride, but it was caught in deep right center field. Cuellar gets on the mound, toes the rubber. The windup and the pitch to Bavacqua. Bavacqua dribbles it to Johnson. That could be an infield hit. No! They just get him. Nice play by Davy Johnson. So 1 out. Toby Harrah comes to the plate. Harrah 1 for 1. Singled in the second. The windup and the pitch by Cuellar. And Harrah rips that ball, and it drops in front of Buford, so he has his second hit. He's 2 for 2. Harrah definitely is a base stealing threat. 7 out of 10 speed, 47% chance of stealing second, which he did on a failed hit and run. Boog Powell holding him on. John Ellis steps to the plate. He struck out his first time up. We're going to try a hit and run here. The windup and the pitch to Ellis. And that Ellis sends that ball foul to the left. Brooks Robinson ran out of room. So no balls, 1 strike. We're going to try hit and run again. Here's the pitch. It's a swing and a miss. But once again, Harrah steals second base on Hendricks. So he's in scoring position. No balls, 2 strikes. Ellis has a chance to tie this ball game up. Hendricks goes through the signs. Cuellar nods his head. He sets and delivers. And Hendricks sends that ball out to Blair, who makes a diving catch and gets up quickly. And we still only have a 28% chance of Harrah tagging up to third. We shall say no. Wow, what a play by Blair. You think we would have had a better shot there. I think Harrah was too far off the bag, and when he got back, Blair had already recovered his feet. So it's going to be up to Claudell Washington with 2 outs to tie this ball game up for the 1977 Texas Rangers. Washington, he walked his first time up. Lefty-lefty matchup here. The windup and the pitch by Mike Cuellar. And Washington rips a shot to Powell, who makes a diving catch. Inning over. That saved the day for now. That would have tied up the ball game, but what a play by Boog Powell. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. 2 great plays by the Orioles defense, and it's still 1-0. Baltimore. 2 up for the Orioles. Crowley, Blair, and Robinson. Terry Crowley, he walked his first time up. Lefty-righty matchup here. Blyleven gets the sign. He sets and delivers. Crowley pops it up. Ellis goes back to the screen, but can't make the play. It's up on the screen. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Blyleven toes the rubber. The windup and the pitch to Crowley. And that ball is up the middle for a leadoff single. Crowley not a threat to run. 4 out of 10 speed. 14% chance of stealing second base. Paul Blair comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Excellent speed at the plate here. Rangers will try to turn 2 if they get the opportunity. The windup and the pitch to Blair. And that ball sent out to right center field. Beniquez makes the catch. Crowley retreats back to first base. Again, Beniquez is a 10 out of 10 for range, 8 out of 10 for arm. Very good in 1977. Brooks Robinson steps to the plate. He's 1 for 1. He's singled in the second. He has the RBI that scored Crowley, thus the 1-0 lead for the Orioles. The windup and the pitch by Blyleven. Oh, and he plunks Robinson. Wow. Baltimore Orioles fans are none too happy here at Memorial Stadium. I don't think he did it on purpose. Remember, you lose, you go home. You win, you advance. So, first and second. 1 out. Though it does work to their advantage, it looks like, numerically. Ellie Hendricks steps to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Rangers looking to turn 2 and get out of this inning. The windup and the pitch to Hendricks. And that's grounded to Blyleven, who goes to third. He gets the lead runner. And then Harrah goes to first, but Hendricks beats it out. So 2 outs. 2 on, Hendrick at first, Brooks Robinson at second, and the very light-hitting Mark Belanger comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time at bat. Blyleven quickly works. He sets and delivers to Belanger. And that ball goes out to Benitez, who makes a running catch in shallow left center field, inning over. So maybe there was a method to Blyleven's madness when he plunked Brooks Robinson. We go to the top of the 5th. Orioles still lead 1-0. 2 up for the Rangers. 8-9 in the top of the order. So Benitez, Wills, and Campaneris. Juan Benitez 0 for 1. And it looks like they've moved their corners in against the Benitez bunt attempt. He's 9 out of 10 for bunting. Cuellar gets the sign. He sets and delivers. And Benitez sends that ball out to Blair, who makes the catch in center field. 1 up, 1 down. Bump Wills comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. And again, corners are in. Wills, another good bunter on this team. So maybe Wills can find a hole through this infield. Hendricks goes through the signs. Cuellar nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Wills. And Wills rips that pass to drawn-in Robinson for a 1-out single. Wills represents the tying run at first base. Definitely a threat to steal. 8 out of 10 speed, 70% chance of stealing. Bert Campaneris comes to the plate. 10 out of 10 bunter, 5 out of 10 on the hit and run. We're gonna send Bump Wills. Wills goes, they throw the ball in the outfield. What a horrendous throw by Hendricks. Wills continues on to third base. So Wills is 90 feet away from tying this ball game up. Bert Campaneris is now at the plate. Chance to tie it up. He's 0 for 2 today. Campy, a 10 out of 10 bunter. He might go squeeze. Infield normal. We might go squeeze here. Hargrove's on deck, though. Well, we're going to let Campaneris swing away. The windup and the pitch by Cuellar. And Campaneris sends that ball deep to Frank Robinson in right field at the wall. And tagging up and scoring and tying this ball game is Bump Wills. It's 1-1, folks. So with 2 outs, no one on, and a new game tied up, Mike Hargrove, the Ranger first baseman, comes to the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Hargrove 0 for 2. The windup and the pitch by Cuellar. And Hargrove grounds it to Cuellar, who throws him out. Inning over. But the Rangers tie it. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 1-1. So once again, Bump Wills. The stealing ability of the Rangers comes into play as Hendrick threw the ball into center field. Wills went on to third and then later scored on a sacrifice fly. 2 up for the Orioles here in the bottom of the 5th. Top of the order, Buford, Johnson, and Robinson. Buford has walked twice. Let's see if Blyleven can get him out this time. The windup and the pitch to Buford. And that's grounded to Hargrove. He takes it to the bag himself. Out number 1, Davy Johnson. Orioles second baseman 0 for 2 today. Ellis goes through the signs. Blyleven toes the rubber. He sets and delivers. And that ball goes out to Claudel Washington left. He makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. And the dangerous Frank Robinson comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He popped out to third and walked. Ellis goes out and has a word with Blyleven. Now goes back behind the plate. Probably want to pitch very carefully to Frank Robinson. 1-1 game, 2 outs, no one on. The windup and the pitch by Blyleven. And they pitch very carefully and they walk him. So Robinson represents the go-ahead run at first. Boog Powell comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Throw over to first. Hargrove holding on Robinson. Robinson back safely. Blyleven sets and delivers. Here's the pitch to Powell. And that popped up. Wills at second calls for it. Makes the catch. Inning over. We go to the top of the 6th. Still knotted at 1. due up for the Rangers in this one-and-done tournament. Horton, Bavacqua, and Toby Harrah. Ranger designated hitter Willie Horton's 0 for 2. Cuellar's now up to 70 pitches. He's good for 140. The windup and the pitch to Horton. And Horton rips that ball foul to the right side. So no balls, 2 strikes. Horton in the hole here. Cuellar gets the sign from Hendricks. The windup and the pitch to Horton. And Horton pops it up. And Robinson makes the catch at third base. First out of the inning. Kurt Bavacqua comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He fly deep to right center and grounded to second. Cuellar toes the rubber. He sets and delivers to Bavacqua. And Bavacqua sends another deep ball to right field, but Robinson's there to catch it. So 2 up, 2 down. And the thorn in Cuellar's side comes to plate. Toby Harrah, he's 2 for 2. He's had 2 singles and he's stolen 2 bases. Righty-lefty matchup here. The windup and the pitch to Harrah. And Harrah dribbles into Johnson, who throws to Cuellar covering first, inning over. Harrah's finally retired. We go to the bottom of the 6th, still tied at 1. Due up for the Baltimore Orioles. Terry Crowley, Paul Blair, and Brooks Robinson. Crowley 1 for 1 today. Walked in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. Blyleven's now up to 84 pitches, but again, he's good for 140. Still looks solid. He sets and delivers to Crowley. And he strikes him out. Crowley heads back to the bench. So Paul Blair, the Orioles center fielder, comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. I'd like to make him 0 for 3. Ellis goes through the signs. Blyleven nods his head. Here's the pitch to Blair. That's popped up. Calling for it is Harrah at third. He makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down, and Brooks Robinson, the UN vacuum cleaner, steps to the plate. He's 1 for 1. He has the Orioles' only RBI. Singled in the 2nd, scoring Crowley, and then was hit by a pitch by Blyleven. So 2 outs, no one on. Here's the pitch to Brooks Robinson. Grounded to Blyleven. He throws to Hargrove. Inning over. His pitcher duel continues into the top of the 7th. Take care, Broke Black Man 94. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Remember to check out Broke Black Man 94's channel. Wonderful movie and TV reviews. So, due up for the Rangers. Ellis, Washington, and Beniquez. Cuellar now is 80 out of 140. Ellis 0 for 2. Ellis is going to try to drop a bunt down here. This would be a total surprise if it works. Cuellar sets and delivers. Ellis puts the bunt down, but it goes foul. So no balls, 2 strikes now. Ellis to swing away. Here's the pitch. And Ellis sends that ball deep and gone! The Rangers take a 2-1 lead. Ellis was inserted into this lineup because he hits left-handed pitching slightly better than Sundberg, who's overall the better catcher, but Ellis has paid off dividends. The Rangers now have a 2-1 lead on that blast to right center. 382 feet home run. How do you like that, Orioles fans? Wow. So Claudell Washington comes to the plate now. Different ball game, 2-1. Rangers take the lead. Washington's 0 for 1. He walked in the 2nd and lined to first in the 4th inning. Cuellar shaken up by that blast by Ellis. Hendricks goes out and has a word with him on the mound. Now the umpire says, break it up, gentlemen. Hendricks goes back behind the plate. Cuellar seems ready. The windup and the pitch to Claudell Washington. And he is ready. He strikes out Washington. So Cuellar comes right back. It's the first out of the inning after the Ellis home run. So 1 out, no one on. Juan Beniquez, the Ranger center fielder, comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's played exquisite defense in center field in this tournament game today. And the corners have moved in for the Orioles. Let's see if Benitez can knock it by them. Here's the pitch. And Benitez rips that ball past Robinson down the line. He's at second. He's got a 95% chance of getting a triple. We're going to say yes. And here comes a throw, and he's safe. So the Rangers are breaking out here in the top of the seventh. They have an important insurance run in Juan Benitez at third base, and Bump Wills comes to the plate. Wills 1 for 2. He struck out in the second and then singled in the fifth. He ended up scoring when he stole second base. The bad throw by Hendricks allowed him to go to third, and he scored on a sacrifice fly, tying the game. He can now put the Rangers up by 2. Infield in now for Baltimore. Cuellar on the ropes here. Rangers looking to apply the knockout blows. The windup and the pitch to Wills. And Wills rips that ball to Belanger. And we have a 31% chance of Benitez scoring. And we're going to say no. And he goes to first to get Wills. So Wills fails to knock in Benitez. Now there's 2 out. Benitez at third. Oriole infield moves back to normal. And it'll be up to Bert Campaneris, the Rangers shortstop. Was 0 for 2. To get a ball past this infield. Cuellar gets the sign. He sets and delivers to Campy. And Campaneris singles into right field past Boog Powell. And it's now 3-1 Rangers. And the crowd has grown silent here in Baltimore at Memorial Stadium. They know that they're the number 1 seed, and a defeat would send them home. So 2 outs. Campaneris at first, and Mike Hargrove steps to the plate. Ranger first baseman 0 for 3 against Cuellar. Cuellar now up to 94 pitches. Campy 9 out of 10 base runner, 30% chance of stealing second. We're going to play hit and run here. Here's the windup and the pitch to Hargrove. And Hargrove sends that ball out to Robinson to right. He makes the catch, inning over. So we put the runner in motion hoping for a good thing. But Hargrove flies out. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Rangers lead the Orioles 3-1. Due up for the 1970 Baltimore Orioles. Hendricks the catcher, Belanger the shortstop, and then the top of the order switch hitter, Don Buford. Hendricks 0 for 2 against Blyleven. Ellis, who hit the home run to put the Rangers ahead, flashes the signs. Here's the pitch by Blyleven. That's grounded to Wills. He goes to Hargrove, out number 1. Mark Belanger, the light-hitting Orioles shortstop, comes to plate. He's 0 for 2 against Blyleven. But Blyleven working quickly. Here's the pitch to Belanger. And he grounds it to Campaneris, who throws to Hargrove for out number 2. Rangers feeling it. The Rangers feeling it. They're 3-1. Up by 2. Don Buford, he's 0 for 1. Buford walked in the first and third, then grounded out in the 5th. Blyleven gets the sign. He nods his head. He sets and delivers to Buford. And he walks him for a 3rd time. You don't want to do that. Buford definitely a threat to steal. He's got an 89% chance of stealing second. Hargrove holding him on. Ellis did throw him out on the pitch out last time he tried to steal second. Davey Johnson comes to the plate. Johnson does have power. He has some pop in his bat, though he only had 10 home runs in 1970. He's 0 for 3 today. Blyleven throws over. Buford's back. They pitch out. Buford's not going. They pitch out again. There goes Buford. And he's in there. Oh, he just beats the Ellis throw. Great slide by Buford. He's in scoring position. And Davey Johnson now has a 2-ball, no-strike count. So he's ready to grip and rip. This time the pitch out does not get Buford. 2 outs. Buford at second. The windup and the pitch by Blyleven. And that's ripped to air. He throws to Hargrove. Inning over. Threat averted. We go to the top of the 8th. The 1977 Rangers, the number 8 seed in this tournament in the American League side of the bracket. 3. The 1970 number 1 seed Baltimore Orioles, 1. Due up for the Rangers, Willie Horton, Kirk Bavacqua, and Toby Harrah. Horton 0 for 3 today. He'd love to go yard on Cuellar. Cuellar is up to 96 pitches. Again, he's good for 140. Cuellar gets the sign from Hendricks. The windup and the pitch to Horton. And Horton strikes out. So 1 out. Kirk Bavacqua comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Fly deep to right center in the first. Grounded out in the second. Then fly again out to right field. He's due for a big bop. We're feeling it. We're feeling it. The windup and the pitch to Bavacqua. And Bavacqua sends that ball deep to left center field, but Blair makes a wonderful running catch for out number 2. So 2 outs, no one on. Toby Harrah comes to the plate. Ranger third baseman's 2 for 3. The windup and the pitch by Cuellar. And he is now 3 for 4. He singles in the left. And that brings up John Ellis. Ellis 1 for 3. Struck out in the second, fly to right center, and then hit the go-ahead solo homer in the 7th. To put the Rangers up 2-1 at the time. They tacked on another run, thus the 3-1 lead. Harrah's a threat to steal. 7 out of 10 speed. 45% chance of stealing second base. Cuellar toes the rubber. The windup and the pitch to Ellis. And Ellis pops it up. Belanger runs over and he makes the catch in foul territory. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The 1977 Rangers 3. The 1970 Baltimore Orioles 1. Blyleven's still on the mound. Still very strong. 115 pitches. Good for 140. Frank Robinson comes to the plate. Dangerous power hitter. 0 for 1. Popped out in the third. Popped out in the first, walked in the third and walked in the 5th. The windup and the pitch by Blyleven. And that's grounded to Harrah, who goes to Hargrove. 1 out. The Rangers are now 4 outs away from advancing. 5 outs, Boog Powell comes to the plate. Oriole third baseman's 0 for 3. Lefty-righty matchup here. Ellis flashes the signs. Blyleven nods his head. Here's the pitch to Boog Powell. And he grounds it to Hargrove. What goes on here? They get him! They get him! He flipped it to Blyleven just in time. So 2 outs. No one on. And the designated hitter for the Orioles, Terry Crowley, comes to play. Crowley's 1 for 2. Walked in the second, singled in the 4th, and struck out in the 6th. Blyleven working quickly. Here's the pitch to Crowley. And that's grounded to Harrah, over to Hargrove. Inning over. We go to the top of the 9th. 3-1. Texas. Can the 1977 Texas Rangers defeat the number 1 seed 1970 Baltimore Orioles in this one-and-done winner-go-home tournament? And we have Earl from Tenacious Strat and also from Tabletop Baseball. So remember to check out Tabletop Baseball. I checked them out this morning. I came in late. I woke up, was having a cup of coffee, and I said, Earl's doing a game. So I checked that out, and make sure. It's a wonderful station, Tabletop Baseball. They play the dice baseball. Literally play dice baseball. It's very cool. So you see them roll it. They explain the plays out. Sometimes people in the chat get a little chippy with something they think is wrong, and most of the time they're wrong, and the Earls are right. But I enjoy that station immensely. So remember to check out Tabletop Baseball. Also check out his own station, Tenacious Strat, which I just subscribed to. And there's a lot of videos I'm rewatching. So, now Earl, the Tenacious Strat channel, that's just like, you're not doing Philadelphia Phillies games on that one, it looks like. Yeah. Tenacious Strat, aka Earl, says you gotta get up early to beat me to it. Alright, top of the 9th. Leading off for the Rangers Claudell Washington, then Beniquez and Bump Wills. If anyone gets on, we go to the top of the order. Washington's 0 for 2 today. Cuellar's now up to 113 pitches. Lefty-lefty matchup here. The windup and the pitch to Claudell Washington. And Washington singles up the middle. And we've got a 71% chance to get a hustle double, and we're going to go for it. We're going to challenge Blair's arm. Here's a throw to second, and Washington's in there. So Washington running hard out of the box, just continued around first base. Blair got to the ball and quickly released to second, but Washington gets in there safely. A leadoff double, another important insurance run here for the Rangers. And Juan Beniquez steps to the plate. Beniquez 1 for 3. And the Orioles infield is normal. We're going to lay down a sacrifice bunt here. Beniquez 8 out of 10 for bunting. Here's the pitch by Cuellar, but they walked him. So they intentionally walked Beniquez. First and second, the Orioles are setting up a double play. Now Bump Wills comes to play. Wills 1 for 3. Wills scored the tying run in the 5th inning. He singled, stole second, advanced to third on the horrible throw by Hendricks, and then scored on a sacrifice fly. He struck out in the 2nd, as I stated, singled in the 5th, and grounded out in the 7th. First and second, nobody out. Wills is a 5 out of 10 bunter, and he's going to attempt to put the sacrifice down. Here's the pitch by Cuellar. Wills puts the bunt, he puts it in the air, it looks like. And so he popped out to Cuellar, who quickly threw to second base, but Washington got back. So that's, Wills didn't get the job done here. So now there's one out, first and second. Bert Campaneris comes to plate. Again, the Oriole infield's at normal depth. Campy will be swinging away. Cuellar sets and delivers to Campaneris, and Campaneris strikes out. So the Rangers are 1 out away from squandering a golden opportunity to add some important insurance runs here as they lead the Orioles 3-1. It'll be up to Mike Hargrove, the human rain delay. He's 0 for 4. It's called the human rain delay because he was one of the first batters to take forever in the batter's box. He'd step out of the batter's box, he'd go back in the batter's box, thus the human rain delay. So Hargrove wants to break out here. With 2 outs, the runners will be off on contact. Cuellar sets and delivers. Here's the pitch. Hargrove sends that ball to right field, but foul. The count now goes to no balls, 2 strikes. Cuellar in the driver's seat. Cuellar's up to 134 pitches here in the top of the 9th with 2 outs. He's good for 140. He sets and delivers. And Hargrove sends that ball to Buford, who makes the catch at the warning track in left field, inning over. So that was a huge squander by the Rangers. Blyleven still on the mound. The Rangers are 3 outs away from advancing in this one-and-done tournament. They could upset the number 1 seed 1970 Baltimore Orioles. And to do so, they're going to have to get through Paul Blair, Brooks Robinson, and Ellie Hendricks. Blair's 0 for 3 today. And you know what? Before we even do that, we're going to make a couple of defensive changes here. In the catch, where is Sundberg? Oh, there he is. At the top, duh. So Jim Sundberg will come in defensively to catch for John Ellis. Going to the 6th spot. And Sundberg's a 10 out of 10 defense with an 8 arm. But I inserted Ellis in the lineup because he hit a little better against lefties, and he proved me right. He homered to put the Rangers ahead 2-1. Rangers would eventually score another run that inning to go up 3-1. And now we're going to replace Kurt Bavacqua in right with May. May's 5 out of 10 range, 9 out of 10 arm, which is much better than Bavacqua's 2 and 3. So Dave May will go out to right field now. Now we're ready. Blair gets back in the box. The windup and the pitch by Blyleven. And that ball goes out to Claudell Washington. He makes a running catch going towards the left field line. To the groans of the Orioles fans here at Memorial Stadium. Rangers 2 outs away from advancing. Brooks Robinson comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2. Single in the second, knocking in Crowley. That's the only RBI for the Orioles. Then he was hit by a pitch in a strange move by Blyleven. But ever since then, the Rangers have been quite chippy and on. Then he grounded to the pitcher in the sixth. So 1 out, no one on. The windup and the pitch to Brooks Robinson. Robinson singles up the... No! No, Benitez makes the catch on the line drive off the shoe tips. Wow! 2 outs. I thought that was dropping in. And now the crowd has really gone silent here in Baltimore. It'll be up to the light-hitting catcher, Ellie Hendricks, and I think they'll probably pinch hit for him. Let's just see out of curiosity. Let's ask the chat here. Let's go to the bench. You should be able to see that. I'm hoping that screen comes up for you guys. So on the bench, they have, I think I would go to Don Baylor. He batted against 286 against righties if I was managing that team. Or Redmond, the center fielder, he batted 310. I probably would have went with a pinch hitter for, not for Robinson, the batter before. No, that was Blair Robinson. Well, they'll definitely, if Hendricks gets on, they'll definitely, for Belanger. I think they're going to go with a pinch hitter. I think they're going to go with, my guess is they're going to either go with, just by looking at the numbers, they'll probably go with Redmond, 310 against righties. Baylor hit 286. All right, Rangers 1 out away from advancing. It'll be up to Hendricks to keep this inning alive. The windup and the pitch by Blyleven. Oh my God, Blyleven plunked him. Oh my God. Really? Ugh. And Bobby Grich will now run for Hendrick. Grich, 8 out of 10 speed. Hargrove will hold. Actually, we're not going to hold him on. His run means nothing. We're going to play behind him, get better range. And Mark Belanger, 0 for 3. Belanger only batted 218 in 1970. Blyleven's up to 133 pitches. Who's our closer? Well, it looks like the closer was Adrian Devine. He had 15 saves. But against righties, he gave up 274 batting. I don't think Belanger's going to hit. So I'm going to click pitch and see who they go with, and then make my change. All right, Belanger represents a tying run at the plate here. A little life in this Baltimore crowd. Grich at first, 2 outs, the windup, and the pitch by Blyleven. And they go to the pinch hitter. So now they went with Chico Salmon. That's a bizarre choice. Salmon only hit 250 and only 255 off right-handed pitching. It's a bizarre choice. I wonder if they're going off usage, but my God, you have Redmond, who hit 310 off righties, and Don Baylor, who are better power hitters. All right, well, that's it. That's their problem, not mine. So, Blyleven again at 133. Let's see who we have in the pen against righties. Ooh, Bobby Cuellar against righties, 214. Len Barker, 190 batting average. He had 1 save. I think we're going to go to Barker. We're going to go to Barker. So Blyleven only was 214, but 190 is better than 214. I really want to win this game. Barker's a starter, but it doesn't matter. All hands on deck in a one and done. Well, you know what? We're going to see if Blyleven can close it out here. Salmon represents the tying run at the plate. Organists and the Orioles fans trying to rev up the O's and Chico Salmon. Sunbird goes through the signs. The windup and the pitch by Blyleven. And that ball's ripped foul to the left. So Salmon now in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Rangers on the top of the dugout step. Bobby Grich at first. 2 away. Texas leading 3-1. Chico Salmon represents the tying run at the plate. 0-2 count. The windup and the pitch by Blyleven. That's popped out to center field, making the catch. A diving catch. Juan Beniquez. This ball game is over, and the Orioles fans are in shock that Beniquez got to that play. Texas defeats Baltimore 3-1. They upset the number 1 seed 1970 Baltimore Orioles. So the 1977 Texas Rangers will advance with their 94 wins. They beat the 108 win team. Wow, what a game. So we'll bring the box score up. Wow, what a game. The winning pitcher, Bert Blyleven, he's 1-0 in the tournament. And the Rangers will continue on. Losing pitcher and done, the Orioles pitcher, Mike Cuellar. The most valuable player of the game, Bert Blyleven. Let's bring up that box score. Quickly go through it. That should be up in a moment. And the box score should be up. Let's go to pitching. Wow, what a game. As Earl from Tenacious Strats as Blyleven pulls it out. I was thinking to go into Barker. I really was. And I was like, you know what? That would be, I'd bring in Len Barker and the guy'd gong a home run off of him and be a tie game. Barker, this is a very fun game. I like Action PC. I like all 3 games I have. They all play a different way. So I like them all. I did have some technical difficulties in the beginning when the fielders were not, they looked like they were in the right spots, and then all of a sudden when the ball was hit, bizarre things were happening, but it seemed to work out when I made the switch. Chris Anderson said he would have went to Baylor. I agree, and so did Beatles Eternally Baylor. It's odd what the computer does. I mean, I would like to coach both teams, manage both teams, but then it would just be me clicking pitch and hit, because I guess if it called for a sacrifice, I would do that, but I prefer to only manage one team. So I thought about just doing a computer versus computer, but that's not, it's okay, but I really wanted to play this tournament out. I get to play a lot of teams I never would play as, so. Alright, so let's go to the pitching. Bert Blyleven, wow, I can't say that fast. Bert Blyleven was the player of the game. He went 9 innings. He threw a 2-hitter against the 1970 Baltimore Orioles. Wow. 1 run, it was earned. He did walk 6. You know, we pitched carefully to some of their better hitters. I thought that was a good strategy. And he struck out 2. Mike Cuellar went the distance. He went 9 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. And he gave up that home run to Ellis. And I really felt sick to my stomach when Buford stole his first base at Ellis. And I'm looking at it because I was looking at it when I inserted him in the lineup. I go, God, he's a horrible defensive catcher. But he had a little more pop off left-handed pitching, and he proved out to be correct. I got lucky there. He hit a home run to put the Rangers ahead. They tacked on another run that inning in the top of the 7th to win 3-1. So Cuellar, 9 innings. As I said, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 home run to Ellis. Walked 2, struck out 6. Tough luck loser, but they're done. The 1970 Orioles, finito benito. Let's go to the batting. For the Rangers, Campaneris 1 for 4, struck out once. Hargrove, tough day, 0 for 5. Horton, 0 for 4, K'd twice. Bavacqua, 0 for 4. May came in defensively, didn't get an at-bat. Hara, 3 for 4. He had a big game. I think he's going to be higher in the lineup next time I play as the Rangers, because they'll always be the lowest seed, so I'm always going to play as the Rangers, unless against the Red Sox. I always play as the Red Sox. Ellis, 1 for 4, and what a huge hit it was. The go-ahead home run. He struck out once and had an RBI. Sundberg came in defensively in the ninth. Claudell Washington, 1 for 3. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. He doubled, was stranded though. Beniquez, 1 for 3 with a run scored, a walk, tripled. And Bump Wills, 1 for 4 with a run scored and a K. So, all in all, the Rangers 35 at-bats, 3 runs, on 8 hits, 3 RBIs. They walked twice, struck out 6 times, 1 double, 1 triple, and 1 big home run by Ellis. For the Baltimore Orioles, they only had 2 hits. 1 by Crowley and 1 by Robinson, Brooks Robinson. And that was it. Brooks Robinson knocked in the only run. That's an upset. Everyone was 0 for everything. The Orioles, 28 at-bats, 1 run, as I said, 2 hits, but 1 RBI. They walked 6 times. Again, my strategy was coming in this game was I was going to pitch real careful to Brooks Robinson and Boog Powell. I'm sorry, to Frank Robinson and Boog Powell. And I even pitched carefully to Brooks Robinson. I wasn't letting those guys beat the Rangers. And it worked this time. You play 9 out of 10 times, probably not, but in 1 and done, you can try things. So they had 6 walks. They only struck out twice. And they're out. They're done. They lost 3-1. Quick recap. Baltimore scored 1 run in the second inning on a hit and a walk. Brooks Robinson singled, scoring Crowley to take the lead 1-0. Texas scored the tying run on a hit and an error. Bert Campaneris hit a fly ball, scoring Toby Harrah, I believe, from third. Made it 1-1. In the 7th, the Rangers scored 2 runs on 3 hits. John Ellis hit the solo home run to take the lead 2-1. Then Bert Campaneris singled in Beniquez to go 3-1. That's the final score, gentlemen. Toby Harrah 3 for 4 with 2 stolen bases. We put a lot of pressure on that defense, the Orioles. We end up stealing, I believe, 3 bases because Bump Wills had a stolen base also. Don Buford 0 for 1, 3 walks, 2 stolen bases. Bly goes the distance, 2-hitter, wins the game. Cuellar goes the distance and loses the game. So this is Al, Red Sox fan, saying thank you very much to the people who joined me in the chat. We had Earl from Tenacious Strat and Tabletop Baseball. Remember to check out both those channels, Tenacious Strat and Tabletop Baseball. We had Broke Black Man 94, one of my moderators. Thank you very much. He was in the chat earlier. Check out his channel, Broke Black Man 94. Wonderful movie and TV reviews. We had Christopher Anderson in the chat. Thank you very much, my friend. And Beatles Eternally. Always great to have you. So, once again, the number 8 seed 1977 Texas Rangers defeat the number 1 seed 1970 Baltimore Orioles 3-1. Bert Blyleven throws a 2-hitter. The Rangers advance. The Orioles go home. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button, share, subscribe. But most of all, come back, jump in the chat, share your thoughts about baseball, leave comments below. Health and happiness. Till next time, I might be back with Game 1 of the National League side of the bracket. I probably will. See you soon. Bye-bye. Take care. God bless.